Is good. I haven't gone live in so long. Reggie Haynes here. I just wanted to talk about a few things. I think I've had a video about this in the past, but it's know your worth. Know your worth. So, prime example of knowing your worth. Back in the day when I had my, I call it the practice squad contract with the NFL. I didn't accept it, but I went to other leagues. And when I went to other leagues, something told me that I should go and test the waters and see, how much would other teams, pay for my services when it came in regards to playing for their team. And I realized that my value was higher elsewhere than it was if had I, played on the practice squad in the NFL. And I remember there were a few NFL players that told me, like, whether you get drafted, whether you're in the practice squad or whatever, know your worth, see what these teams offer you, and then with them offering you a certain thing, you should know that, okay, this is what we're doing. Whoever's outside, I'm doing something right now, please. When it comes in regards to knowing your worth, sorry about that. When it comes in regards to knowing your worth, if they basically say like, hey, look, we'll offer you a contract for this amount, you go somewhere else, and then it can be higher, but you never go lower than what, your worth has been listed as in the highest, profession. Now, I say all that to say this. Now, no, I'm not thinking about ever playing sports again professionally. I already, no. I'm not saying I'm past my prime, but I'm done with that. When it comes in regards to knowing your worth, there was some people in Africa, and everybody knows I love Africa, but there were some people going around a while ago. Reggie, people are, stealing your stuff. People are stealing your belongings. People are taking your autographs and selling them for this much. Now, for those people that don't know, I guess my autograph is worth like 25 USD in Africa, and people have been making profit off of it. And two things to this story is the first thing is when it comes in regards to people making profit off of your name, I don't get upset. I don't, because like I learned back from these old NFL players or these people who, brought me up in these industries, when people are attaching money to your name and they are basically, letting it be known that your name has relevance, you strike where the iron's hot, or you continue to build off of that. And for me, I'm not a money hungry person. I'm always about we and not me. But I do know at the end of the day, I cannot go days like I went in the past starving while other people are benefiting, leading me to my misfortunes. So when someone is basically making profit off of me, I know for a fact that when I go to certain places, the same areas that these people have, gotten profit off of my name, whether it be an autograph or whether it be, just something in general that they have had a belonging of mine and, sold it for however much. I know for a fact it's time for me to realize that, okay, I can use this particular, moment in my life to, piggyback off of that or profit off of that myself. Not selling my own autographs, because I would never do that. Not selling my own belongings, because I would never do that. But know that in these particular areas of the world where my name actually has value, go perform in these locations. Go out there and do spoken word or do classes in these locations, because you know that there are people who are going to support you and actually going to pay for your service. Another thing is to where the other day, I know people saw my story where one of my students, where I'm doing, teaching at, in Africa, one of the students came up to me and was like, hey, my sister knows you and, wants your autograph. And I gave them a prop from one of my, the movies that I've done. And I signed it and, asked for the name and, gave her the autograph. Now, there are other people that's come up and be like, hey, Sir Reggie, that's what they call me over here. Can I have your autograph? And I know they're going to sell it to make some quick bucks. But at the same time, I know that in these particular areas to where these things are taking place, I know that my name has value and I'll perform there. And there you go, King. That's my cousin right there. I love Keandre. He don't even know this, but I'm going to name my son after him when I have one. I don't know how many years that's going to be. But proud of my cousin Keandre. He doing his thing out there in H-Town, Houston, Texas. But yes, in closing, I will say, like my cousin has just pinpointed, know your value. Know at the end of the day, when people are benefiting off of your name in any way, don't get upset. Don't get discouraged. Know that, okay, in this particular area where they're benefiting off of your name, you go out there and you perform. You go out there and show these people that, hey, look, that talent that you are obviously wanting, to make profit off of, I can do that same thing. So if you want to see me perform, if you want to, do classes or whatever, let's do that. I'm doing these movies and things like that. Other people have been offering, for me to do things. Everything happens for a reason and everything works out in a certain way. So when people are asking for autographs and doing different things like that, I know a lot of people might look at this video and say, Reggie, you are dumb. You are stupid. But for me, I look at it this way. First of all, I'm not money hungry. Second, it's we and not me. And third is I know my value. I'm spitting and stuff. I know my value. And with me knowing my value, I know how to benefit off of that, like other people have been doing. And I know how to do it in a strategic way to where I know, okay, if this is where my name has value, I'm going to go over here and showcase my talents, whether it be performing, spoken word, music, acting, doing classes, etc., etc. And then that's what keeps on building your name up. I know I really don't like doing the industry talk, but at the same time, I've learned going through these industries that we live in a world to where, and I'm not envious of it, we live in a world to where money does exist. And while living here, you can't just say, well, I don't believe in money, everything's free. You're going to be broke and starving like I once was. So when you have a way of making profit and it's not damaging you or negatively affecting you or anyone else in the process, I say go with that. And I feel like that's what I'm doing. Other people are benefiting off of my signature, my autographs, and, my belongings that, I let them borrow and then they end up taking it forever and selling it or whatever. Now I know in these particular areas, that's where my name has value, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to perform and, showcase my talents. And while doing so, always preach the word of we and not me, and showing these people what a true leader is. And that true leadership is highlighting the leader within yourself. So that way you don't even have to continue to come to me in order to find out, how phenomenal of a leader you are and always have been. Again, this is Reggie Haynes. This is my vlog or live stream. I'm going to try to do this every Friday. And I would say that this topic of discussion is know your value. And when it comes in regards to me and all the people that have been supporting me, autographs and everything like that, I am tremendously humbled and honored. I know for a fact if it wasn't for my elders, my family that helped raise me back in Houston, Texas, my ancestors that have come before me and before all of my other melanated and African family globally, there wouldn't be a me. So I'm just honored and grateful, and I give all the credit to you guys because like I said, without you, there is no me. Thank you guys so much, and I look forward to continuing to push out the message of we and not me, pro-African truth, African unity, and I know great things are going to continue to happen for all of us. As far as my decision of if I'm going